is Laura Fraedrich. I'm a local Fresno mixed media and ceramic artist. In my spare time, I like to paint pottery. I like to play with my 3 dogs and my 4 cats. I'm a big pet lover. And you'll see that most of my art revolves around my kids, my 4-legged, well, I can't say 4-legged because I have a 3-legged one too, but my furry kids. So I've always been a creative person, really loved arts and crafts growing up as a kid. I took my first ceramics class when I was in high school. Absolutely loved it. Back then I thought I was making masterpieces, but I was really just making vases that weighed about 15 pounds and they worked better as doorstops. I like painting on plates the most because they're flat and they're square, and it, to me, is like a blank canvas where I could just start painting whatever I want. So that way I can kind of incorporate the other art forms that I like. I'm a big fan of mixed media art. I love painting on canvas. I love doing collage. I love doing printmaking. I love working with stamps and stencils. I love working with just different mediums, different kinds of paints. Anything I can get my hands on, really, I will try. So when I started doing these plate paintings, I wanted to incorporate all of the things that I've learned in the mixed media workshops that I've taken with some of the greats like Tracy Verdugo, Mary Beth Shaw. The 52 Weeks of Art Plate project came to me at the beginning of 2013. It was a time where there were a lot of personal challenges going around in the mixed media industry, where artists were encouraging their fans to make a little bit of art each day or do a little bit of art journaling each day. And I said, why couldn't I do that with my ceramics? So it was kind of unrealistic for me to paint one a day, but I decided to paint one a week. For the first couple, I was just using quotes that I liked from artists, and then after the first couple, I noticed that the theme that I was choosing for each plate was about what was going on in my life at the time. So I took that as inspiration, and each plate that I did from then on was kind of like an art journal, but in ceramics. So, so all 52 plates tell a story, and now that I see them all hanging up together as one installation, I feel like I'm reliving that whole year over again, because I look at a plate and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember when that happened. I particularly like this one, because this is of my dog George, and I made that one when the first royal baby was born. And they named it George, and we were very excited that the royal baby was named after my dog George. So I gave him a even more special name, His Royal Highness Prince George of Fresno. So that was a really fun one. So this one is about, I have 3 dogs, and I took my girl dog on we had a girls' day out at the beach, so that was what that one's about. This is a trip to Florida that I took. This is when my grandpa died. He was 92, so he lived a very good life. But he was very inspiring to me because his whole life, he just lived the life that he wanted to. As soon as he retired, he moved down to the beach in New Jersey, and he bought a little cottage that he and my grandma lived in for the rest of their lives. And he had a little boat on a lagoon, and he would always go out fishing. He always had a black lab. So this is living the dream, because that's definitely how he lived his life, and he's very inspiring to me. Over here, I'm the biggest Adamant fan in the world, so he came to Fresno. I like to think especially just for me, because he knew his biggest fan lived in Fresno. So that was signifying the trip the concert that I went to. This one in particular is probably the most depressing one of the bunch. But it still has flowers on it, so hopefully it doesn't look too dreadful. But I visited my parents' graves in New Jersey, and I planted like a little garden in front of their gravestones, and while I was there, I kind of realized that after all this time, New Jersey's not really my home anymore. So the tombstone on this place sort of signifies the death of New Jersey being my home. And it says home is where the heart is, so that just means that, home doesn't have to be a particular area. It's where, where all the things that you love actually are. So My style is kind of whimsical, and I love color, so I love putting all different kinds of colors together and see what happens. People seem to like my work because it's different, especially in the ceramics industry. A lot of when people think about the paint your own pottery ceramics, it's either very simple designs or they're a little dated. So I worked hard to bring something new to the art form, and I think it's working because people come to me all the time and they want me to, they ask me to do custom orders and paint their pets, and I love painting other people's pets because I can, when I put my style on it, it looks very almost cartoony, yet there's a very strong resemblance to the pet. Like I can capture their personality just by the facial expression that's on there. So I have a lot of fun doing that. And I'm all over social media. I've got a Facebook page, The Peculiar Palette. I've got a Facebook page for 52 Weeks of Art Plates if you want to go and see these plates in more detail or read about what they mean. Every picture on the Facebook page will take you to the link for my blog that talks about that particular plate. If you'd like more information about either the 52 Weeks of Art Plate project or to see my other work, please visit my website at thepeculiarpalette.com.